Hi, Armored Pants here. I have another video for you, and again, this is Toons running with Juri Clan-Lead in Smile. So what's on the menu today? Well, I'll tell you, we're doing light medium tanks, map awareness, some cool Toon tactics. We're going to cook some well-done reds and wash them down with some champagne. Yummy. So firstly, before we get on to this, we've got 4 fantastic games for you to look at. A little bit about Smile, fantastic clan, Juri's clan lead, and he is an excellent clan leader, installing fantastic clan values, and he's willing to teach, willing to learn. So as a super Unicum player, really sets the right example. So I subscribe to his channel, Smile World of Tank Blitz, and support Smile Clan if you can. So here we go, first game. Like the last game I did, and I got a lot of feedback on it, people asking for another video and show tactics, etc. So we're running similar type tanks in that I have a light tank, he's a medium tank, which means we can do real tuning and that we can support each other, get around the map, and make sure that neither of us is getting fucked, unless we really want to. And of course, when you're playing Blitz, nobody wants to get fucked. It's not an orgy, you know, it's not a brothel. So yeah, it's just a pixelated type game, isn't it? So here you go. We came, as you should always do in this map, is try to take the that far bank. There's nobody there, so then we're going to look for AFKs. No AFKs, but we did find KV2. I put a lot of rounds into him, Juri puts one in too. So that's the start of the game. Now I'm going to show you this from Juri's perspective. So again, you're going to see the map and play from his perspective. Now, I mentioned that, you know, this is real tuning, you know, and I mentioned that in the last video, and people got a lot of PMs on Facebook, and people asked me what do I mean by that. What I really mean by that is that real tuning, in my opinion, it's just my opinion by the way, is that you play similar tanks, so that you go the same places in the map and you can really support each other. Not that one of you's in a TD and the other one is in a light tank, or one is a heavy, one's in a light, and you're in the game together, but you're not really playing together. To me, tuning is really where you're there doing the same things and supporting each other. Now in this game, and now you see Juri's view. By the way, we were talking to each other all through the game on Skype, you know, and he told me there, you're blocking my shots, so I backed off, and then we got the kill. So, you know, this is another thing. To really tune, you need to have some sort of communication, Skype, Discord, something like that. It doesn't really matter what it is, WhatsApp even, but whatever it is, just make sure you're talking to each other, because that really allows you guys to communicate, to attack the same tanks, or to tell each other what you're doing, and it's far more effective. Now, of course, I am tuning with a super Unicum player here, which makes it a lot easier. I told you my tactics when I tune with Juri, I just follow around like a lost fucking dog, and but it works. But I mean, the fact that we talk to each other and that we're helping each other all the time, and each of us know what each other one is doing, really helps. Because, you know, you're always aware of what's going on, and I think that's the key. It's important, you know. And I mean, for us, I think we've played now 24 games together in Toons. We've lost 1. So we've won 23, so I don't know what that is in percentage terms, but it's definitely over 10%, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, it's a really high win rate to get playing together. Now in this game we were talking to each other all the time. Now I was going to come and help, but then I saw there's a KV1S over here that could get a shot on him, so I told him I was going to, if he's asked me if he's okay in his own, I'm going to go over here to see if I can help out with this guy. And that's what we do. So me and the VK take this guy out, which means Juri's flank is safe, and that allowed him to deal with the Hellcat, which you will see. I'm going to show you his perspective now, so you'll see what he was dealing with. Now I was coming around to help him, but in the end, because he's a super Unicum player, he didn't need any help, you know. So yeah, he's Batman, I'm just Robin, you know. And you know what happened to Robin? He got killed off, got brought back for the movies, but he did get killed off, didn't he, in the comic books. So now we're going to see the game where we left off from, so see Juri's perspective. So we were talking to each other here, and we were saying, oh, you know, the Reds sort of left this flank open for us, so we came around, so they were in sort of strategic disadvantage. But you can see now we're putting in a lot of shots on them. We've kind of flanked them and come in behind them as well. There's a beautiful shot there, load up the arse, kills this guy. Then you remember I was around the front killing this guy from that side, which allows Juri to go up and take care of this Hellcat. What I'd like to draw your attention to here is not particularly Toon tactics, but Juri's play. Just watch how he deals here. Look at the shots he bounces, etc., using his armor. I've told him now his flank is safe. He doesn't have to worry about taking a huge Freddie Mercury round up the arsehole from that KV1S. So that allows him to go and deal a little bit of kamikaze and go and deal with that Hellcat. So you can see talking to each other makes a huge difference. Going around the map together makes a huge difference. Now, second game. We're in Desert Sands, and I'm going to show you this from your perspective at the start. Why? Because well, first he's a better player. I think he takes the lead on this. He goes middle of the spot. I go left of A to see if anybody's coming around that side so we don't get flanked. And what we do here is Yuri's going up and he's going to see if there's anybody on the rail now, so that we don't get hit when we're trying to cap. And I've gone on the far flank on the left. You'll see me over there. I'll show you my perspective in a second. But what happens here though, I think there's a stug, and I think what he was doing is either he was in taking a shit or something like that, because he didn't actually start playing until Juri got spotted. And none of us see him because he's in behind. Oh fuck, there he is. You know, and the stug is in its natural habitat of the desert, because it always reminds me of a dung beetle, you know, just the shape of it, or, you know, something that would be running across the floor when you go on holidays in Cyprus or something like that. It has a weird shape. That and the heads they look like something you'd hit with a newspaper when you're on holidays in Cyprus or Greece or something like that. You know, and this is a beautiful shot here, right? So, you know, despite what he says, Juri does keep good head. And now, actually, what happens here is we actually both track this poor SU. I track him from behind, Juri tracks him from the front. So he gets doubly fucked, you know, and he just gets gangbanged, doesn't he? You know, like a male model in a maximum security prison. Now, just show you that sequence of play from my side. I'm going to speed it up because I don't want you to be bored. And if you're already bored, well, you know, it's the modern generation, isn't it? You're probably a millennial. You know, I know you guys have very short attention spans. Yeah, but anyway, I digress. It's the social commentary, indeed. I don't watch these for social commentary, do you? Although some people do, actually. Some people tell me they do like the things that I my observations on life. So there you go. This is what I mean about just on, by the way, observations of life. You know, people have often asked me about my politics or religion and all that. Well, actually, I have a very simple philosophy in life. There's I follow the simplest Bible in the world. It's only 4 words. Don't be a cunt. If you can follow that, the world will be a better place. Simple, huh? Simple. Anyway, you see there now we're back in the game. From Yuri's perspective, and you see I'm right behind him, supporting him. We were analysing the game afterwards. We made probably a bit of a mistake there, and that Juri, if he'd have taken one more shot on that, I would have taken the big hit. But I mean, it's always in we always all have 20/20 vision on hindsight, right? I mean, during the course of the game, it didn't seem like the right thing to go, was because we actually pushed the Reds out of position. So who knows? Now, what I do here, by the way, is and you'll see it when I show my perspective, I actually throw myself under the bus there for the team. What do I mean by that? Well, I was a one shot. If I'd continued going around, I would have been killed and haven't given no benefit to my team, and especially to my clan, to my teammate. But when you see it from my perspective, what you're going to see now, what I do is I actually stop and allow that T-37 to have a shot on me. Now, I thought I might get a shot on him, in the end I didn't. But by doing that, I let Juri get a clear shot on him. So, and that put him down to a one shot. And that made a significant difference and contributed to us winning the game and keeping Yuri's health up, while really decreasing the health of that T-37. So you'll see here, I get hit again, so I'm a one shot now. Now, if I push on, I'm going to get killed anyway. So what I do is I pull back and let the T-37 to hit me. And that gives Juri one clean shot on him. Brings him down to 1 kill, and actually because he's 1 kill, he tries to escape. So instead of the 2 of them taking shots on Juri, by me sacrificing myself, throwing myself onto the bus, as I said, we actually allowed Juri to get a clean shot, and then gave Juri a chance to be just one-on-one. And believe me, if Yuri's one-on-one, it's a foregone conclusion what's going to happen, as you saw there. So again, a good Toon play. Now this Toon is very, very different and very interesting, and I want to show it to you because the gameplay here is a bit different than what we normally do. We actually split up, which we don't normally do, I have to say. I think in all the games that we played, we only split up once, and it was in this game. Now we go the same way at first. So you could call this a divorce game, going the same way at first, end up splitting. Get more social commentary. But Juri decides to go to Cap B. Now he tells me, so I know where he's going. Now what I do is, you'll see Juri when he goes up here, and he actually sort of holds this flank, defends a bit, gets a few kills, right? So he does a great job here, right? Now he can't see what's going on with me, but I'm telling him that I'm holding up 2 and at one stage 3 of their mediums. And why is this good Toon play? Well, because we didn't just go off and leave each other arbitrarily. We're actually talking to each other and telling each other what's happening, right? Yuri knows that that flank is safe with me there, so he's not going to get pushed onto, so it allows him to go around here. Because we were talking to each other, as I said, all the time in script, so he knew exactly where I was and what I was doing. Now, I was in trouble, you'll see I was in trouble, right? Because at one stage I was holding up to, as I said, 2 and 3 on my own, and I don't do that much damage. But by me holding them up there on that flank and adopting this position, and I was popping in and out, allowing them to take shots at me, this allows Juri to come around here and to really clean up on this flank. Because, you know, when you're as good a player as him, the only thing you're really worried about is somebody coming up behind you and giving you a Freddie Mercury round or Stephen Hawking round and turning you into a fucking black hole. But once he's on his own and he knows where the targets are and nobody's going to come up behind him, you know, this guy can take care of himself, as you see here. So he does an amazing job clearing this flank, and this kind of wins the game. And if we're looking at this and you didn't know that we were talking to you, you'd be kind of thinking, Jesus, these guys weren't talking and they went off and left each other. But because he knows where I am, and because he knows, by the way, just to bring your attention to how he bounces here, you know, and for young players wanting to learn, this is how you play a tank like this, a medium tank that has some armor, by wiggling and jiggling and like that and creating all sorts of angles, you make it very difficult to be penned, and you give yourself a chance. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to be penned, but certainly give yourself a huge chance. Now he says he's coming to me and he knows I'm coming, and what I do again is I know I'm going to get hit because the other red has gone on the other side, so I put one into them and I give Juri a clean shot on him. And this, I think, actually allows us to win the game too, because if I had run off and left Juri there in his own, he would have been against these two guys, but they would have been 5 shots instead of the 3 shots he kills them with. So by talking to each other, and on me knowing exactly where he was, I knew that by stopping and trying to put a few rounds in, I would be killed. I was a 1-shot anyway, I was low on health, but then it allows Juri it gives him a fighting chance. And I have complete confidence in Juri's ability, so I know that if I give him that extra shot, it's almost guaranteeing the win for us. Now we win this on points, as you see, we just hit 1,000 here, but as you can see, due to Juri's tank position, that we would have won that anyway. Now I'm going to show you from my perspective. So we go the same direction. Now Juri tells me he's going to go and check B, so I say okay. Now I was going to cap here, but I see we're going to get pushed on, so I come back. I also was afraid there might be some of their tank killers over in the bushes on the far left at the cottage, which is often the case. So you'll see what I do here now is I just present myself, I just keep popping out for targets, to present myself as a target. You know, like a baboon, I'm just keeping, you know, I was right there, one of those tank killers just fucking smashed me. So yeah, the SU-100Y is over there, the side. But what I do is I just keep popping in and out, and I'm presenting a target to them, right? And you'll see there I stop, I bounce a lot of shots on the, you can see the ricocheting off the stone, the brickwork in front of me. So I'm just being a pain in the arse, much like that little thing you see crawling around the floor when you're on holidays, you know. I'm being a total pain in the arse here right now. I'm not doing too much damage, but by occupying that space I held 2, 3 of them up, maybe even 4 of them up for quite a long time. Then when they eventually push onto me, I have the speed just to get out of there. Now I've told Juri that there's 2 of them chasing me, and I told him I'm a 1-shot, and then he's coming to help me. But so what I do is I get 1 shot, final shot into him, and then, as we said, the rest was down to Juri. And, you know, with that extra shot that I gave him, again, by throwing myself under the bus, you know, there's only going to be 1 winner. Now, just this is the last game, and I just want to show you this game, because in this game, this is really classic Toon play. I'm going to show it to you, speed it up, because, you know, 4 games is a lot to look through, but you'll get all the essential points. So what I'm doing here is I'm staying back in case he has to reverse, so I don't want to block his retreat. So like a good Toon mate, I'm just staying back, allowing him to do his stuff. We went looking for AFKs, which is what we always do when we tune in fast tanks. And you can see here I put a massive Vindaloo round into that fella. His arse went on fire, and he's different. And then it ended up like a Stephen Hawking round, because where his arse is just a black hole now. And now we're coming around again. You see now we flanked, so we're getting all sorts of shots in here. Both of us are now putting in massive amounts of damage. And even when we're not shooting, the very fact that we're there is causing problems. Now I decide to push up to get some more, see if we can get some more shots in, and there's T150. I get a couple of shots into him. Now the KV2 is coming for me. Now Juri saw that because I was preoccupied with the KV2, and he told me to get out of there, which I did. Then he came around, and the KV2 has a big gun and it's a scary monster, especially at close range. But it doesn't matter what player you are, it doesn't matter how good you are, even if you're as good as Juri or Psycho Vaj or any or Salman or any of the other tankers that I show on my channel. If you're attacked by both sides, you don't have a chance, right? Because the gun can only face one direction, yeah. So by going around both sides of that KV2, we took him out, and then you see you used their speed, and we were talking to each other. We went different directions, presented 2 targets, but we were able to single out a single target to concentrate our fire and do maximum damage. Now I'm going to show you the game, speed it up again from Juri's perspective so you can see exactly what he saw. But you'll see in this game, and why I wanted to show it one after the other is in the full game. It was a very fast game, as a lot of our games are, because we play fast tanks that can get around the map and we like to flank. But also how we stayed so close together. Basically, and that's unusual there. See that miss there from him, the phantom shot. So it shows you even super Unicum players can fuck up sometimes. So there you go. So it gives hope for the rest of us humans, doesn't it? Yeah, it always gives me a great sense of confidence when I see Salman or Juri or somebody like that, or Psycho Vaj miss a shot, because it makes you feel a little bit, makes you feel like you're not a complete mong, doesn't it? You're not a complete retard. So you can see here, and we're talking to each other all the time. Right now I told him I was going for the T50, I was pushing up, T150 I was pushing up, and he tells me, "Oh mate, watch your arsehole, that KV2 is coming for you." So that allowed me to escape there. Then he comes around behind him. Is that another missed shot from Juri? Oh my goodness, 2 in 1 game. You won't be happy with that, I have to say. He's very demanding of himself. Not demanding of others so much. I mean, as I said, he's a great guy for playing with and learning with. And he's very, very helpful. He does like a nice ram at the end of the game. He also likes to hit tanks with his tank as well. Yeah, so there you saw, that was like, I don't know what a perfect Toon play is, but that was almost perfect Toon play, and that, how we supported each other. So just some tips there, guys, stay together, support each other, and communicate. It's all about communication, like most things in life. Hats off to Juri. Cheers, mate. Have a good one. Take care. See you now. Cheers. Bye. Bye.